Why doesn't Epic the Musical have more fan edits? And can I, a measly little creator, single-handedly fix that? Almost certainly not. Hello, gals, blokes, and all other folks. My name is Mortius, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We are doing essentially the first ever sort of video essay format on the channel. I've had a few videos that I have thought of in the past that I wanted to do a little bit more of like a sit down and talk about it format video, and I've just never gotten around to it. But now I want to try with this because I was looking for some really good Epic the Musical edits, but no matter what platform I am on, whenever I search for Epic the Musical edits, I get Epic the Musical songs in other fandoms. And don't get me wrong, that's great because Epic the Musical songs are bangers, all 40 of them absolute bangers. So seeing them attributed to other fandoms is fantastic. But I want to see some fan edits with Epic the Musical and other songs. So in this video, I have compiled a list of songs that I think would fit Epic the Musical characters really well. And essentially, this is just like, I guess the title of the video will be like, fandom edits I would make for Epic the Musical if I had any talent towards editing or animating. I think that's more than 100 characters. I might need to condense it, but that's what we're gonna do. Now, I am going to be splitting these into fandoms that the songs are from, so I'm not going to be splitting like the chapters into individual songs, but if you want to skip around just to fandoms that you care about, feel free to hop in the description, look at the chapter titles, and skip to the timestamps of those. We've got, I believe, 5 different categories that we are going to be looking at today. And honestly, if you guys at any point, like, if anyone ever wants to actually create one of these, please tag me. I will repost and reshare it everywhere. I think some of these have some legitimate potential. Also, if you want to see me do more content like this, where I'm kind of sitting down and doing more conversation-based things, please let me know because I absolutely have other ideas. Now, some of them might start a bit more debate or fight or anything like that, and that's why I'm starting with one that I feel like probably won't start as much of a fight. I feel like this one should be pretty universally enjoyed, and even if you don't 100% agree with the take, I don't think people are gonna get absolutely mad at this one. And to paraphrase Sabrina Carpenter, please, please, please don't prove me wrong. Are you guys ready? Let's hop into it. Our first category is Steven Universe songs that I would put into Epic the Musical, or rather would have Epic the Musical characters edited into. And I'm going to start nice and simple with a song that is basically already just open arms in a different font, but Peace and Love on the Planet Earth would be polities for me. Life and death and love and birth and peace and war on the planet Earth. Is there anything that's worth more than peace and love on the planet Earth? I just think that would be really pretty. I'm starting nice and simple, but I just like it. I then immediately after have two different picks for Athena edits. I have Athena and Telemachus with Do It For Him. Do it for him, that is to say, do it for him. As he's kind of talking about like preparing him for the fight, kind of into Little Wolf and things like that. And also, if we want to take a softer approach to post-character development Athena, I want Here Comes a Thought from Steven Universe.
Here comes a thought that might alarm you. What someone said and how it harmed you.
One thing I kind of forgot to mention in the intro is the fact that we are going to try to play as many like itty bitty snippets of these songs in this video as we can, but we also know that some of these things are going to get very heavily copyrighted, so I don't actually know necessarily how well we're going to be able to include it, but hopefully we can. If not, I'll try to include links in the description, and I'll also probably just be singing most of them. The last Steven Universe song, though, this is the one I absolutely feel the most passionate about because, like, if you asked me to sum up the perfect, like, the vibes of Odysseus and Penelope into one single song, I don't think I could do it better than if I could begin to be half of what you think of me, I could do about anything. I could even learn how to love like you. That's literally, like, Odysseus could sing that to Penelope word for word, and there would be no debate for it. Like, that's just Odysseus to Penelope, and no one can convince me otherwise. Up next, we've got 3 songs from RWBY. Now, I thought I was going to be able to pull a little bit more from RWBY, honestly, but there wasn't so much that I felt like applied to Epic. In a weird way, it's kind of the opposite. Like, Legendary fits RWBY so extremely well, but the way that RWBY approaches, like, lyrical, like, the lyricism of things, I couldn't find too much to go into Epic the Musical. The 3 that I liked most were Let's Just Live for Polities, Let's Just Live Day by Day, Not Be Conquered by Our Sorrows. That's just, again, open arms in another font. And then I actually liked I May Fall as like an Odysseus edit. I would want to see Odysseus, like, with the various godly interactions, your Poseidon, your Zeus, things like that, like, I may fall, but not like this, it won't be by your hand. I feel like that one could go really, really hard. And then, if we want to make things really, really tragic, I honestly feel like Cold, the Volume 3 closer, could kind of be Odysseus and Polities. Try not to be too upset at me for that, because anyone who knows that song is going to be devastated by me bringing that into their head. And honestly, as weirdly backwards as it is, like, in a universe that has an underworld, like, the grief of death can happen in both directions. There can be someone in the underworld grieving the loss of someone who is still alive. So my, like, hot take is the, like, I never thought a hero would ever come my way. Like, that whole verse, that feels like Polites, like, lamenting about losing Odie because of his own death. I'm sorry. Up next, we have the shortest of my categories. We've just got 2 from here, but we can't talk about musical theater and fandom edits without bringing a little bit of Hazbin Hotel into this. More than anything is just the first half of I Can't Help But Wonder. It just is. Like, I don't even need to explain this one, but I am, only because it gives me the excuse to sing some Jeremy Jordan lines. But, like, think about Odysseus to Telemachus, the, like, I've been dying to find out who you are. I've been waiting, wanting the same thing. Looks like the apple doesn't fall far. Took you a while. I've missed that smile. Like, that's literally just Odysseus and Telemachus. That, honestly, of all of the songs on this entire list, that's kind of the one I want to see the most. Like, if any editors or animators actually take any of these concepts and turn it into real, I want more than anything as Odie and Telemachus. I just think that would be phenomenal. The other Hazbin one I've got is Stayed Gone, and this one I have a very specific image in my mind for, of Odysseus and Antinous. I need Odysseus walking in, because, like, one of the only, not even gripes, because I think him just being taken out mid-sentence is beautiful justice, but I almost wish Odysseus had gotten to speak a little bit to Antinous before Antinous died. And so if you think about the end of Stayed Gone, imagine, like, Odysseus walking back in, stringing his bow with just the, let's begin. I'm gonna make you wish that I'd stayed gone. Like, that, it would be so fire, especially with, like, Gwendy's Odysseus art style. Like the final verse of Stayed Gone could serve as a prelude into between Hold Them Down and Odysseus so perfectly. and I can't get it out of my head. Our next category is kind of general musical theater, just because I had a few different, like, Broadway shows I wanted to pull from, but none of them had enough for their own category. Starting with a couple Hamiltons. Obedient Servant. I feel like this would only be, like, very beginning. This would be a very short fan animatic, but you know, like short form content, TikTok, YouTube shorts, like you can get away with just like a 15-second, you know, fan edit. I really feel like, especially because like, it isn't very often that I get pissed off, turning into the like, I am slow to anger, but I toe the line, as I reckon with the effects of your life on mine. I look back on where I failed, and in every place I've checked, the only common thread has been your disrespect. That, as Poseidon to Odysseus, would slap. I also think Odysseus could be edited to any of Hamilton's soliloquies and do really good. Pretty much any verse that starts with the I imagine death so much it feels more like a memory. Whether it's the very first one in My Shot, or whether it's the very last one in World Was Wide Enough. Or no, sorry. Yeah. The last one in World Was Wide Enough. Any of those I feel like could fit Odie very well. Just like, I imagine death so much it feels more like a memory. When's it gonna get me? On my feet, several feet ahead of me, being the beginning of his story. And then,
I imagine death so much it feels more like a memory. Is this where it gets me? On my feet, several feet ahead of me.
Towards the end, like I think it could be really good. The next one's a bit of a cop-out because this song can make people cry to any couple pairing, but I just can't believe I've never seen Odysseus and Penelope with Wait For Me from Hades Town. I'm not even going to explain that one. I'm just going to ask why I haven't seen it yet. Sorry. I just looked at the next one I have. The next one is a lovely song called Gayer European, and I want it as Epic the Musical Hermes. I do not want to elaborate on that, and I also don't think I need to.
That is the elephant in the room. Well, is it relevant to presume that a honey in that costume?
And then the last miscellaneous musical theater song edit I think I would bring in. Now listen, I feel like some people are gonna get mad at me for this one because they're probably going to feel like it like diminishes a like fan favorite character a little bit. And that's not my intention. But You and Me, but Mostly Me from Book of Mormon is so Odysseus and Polites core, and no one could possibly convince me otherwise. The like,
You and me, but mostly me, are gonna change the world forever. 'Cause I can do most anything, and I can stand next to you and watch.
and then even the next verse, again, I'm not trying to diminish Polites, but I could still totally see them just like, every hero needs a sidekick, every captain needs a mate, and Polites would do the, aye! And then, like, every dinner needs a side dish, Polites, on a slightly smaller plate. Like, I think that fits the two of them so unfairly well. And please don't get mad at me for just calling Polites the Josh Gad sidekick, because you can't try to pretend he wouldn't sing any of those songs. And now we get to the very last section, the Disney section. So, first and foremost from Disney, we have literally any I Want song for Telemachus. We've all seen the jokes. Telemachus is a Disney princess. And honestly, making this list just proved that to be true, because How Far I'll Go, Go the Distance, Belle, When Will My Life Begin? Literally, all of those could replace Legendary and function fine. Like, imagine Telemachus looking out his window and just like, I've been staring at the edge of the water, like that kind of thing. Or even like, after Little Wolf, once he has some more of his confidence, just, I will find my way, I can go the distance. Like, it's just, it fits so well. I also think, in a weird way, this one's definitely less of like this perfectly represents the character and more of just a good editor could make a really fire, fast-paced edit out of this. But I kind of want to see like some clips from the Wouldn't You Like and Dangerous animatics with Friend Like Me. I don't know. I feel like the Genie's energy versus like Genie with Aladdin and Hermes with Odysseus could create a really good like vibe together with a good enough editor.
I'm in the mood to help you, dude. You ain't never had a friend like me.
This one, if no one makes my More Than Anything one, this would be my second pick. Because I desperately need Athena with Odysseus and or Athena with Telemachus. I'll make a man out of you. But you can bet before we're through, Mr. I'll make a man out of you. Like, come on. You guys cannot tell me that Make a Man Out of You would not be the most fire possible like edit to Athena's relationship to Odysseus and Telemachus. I won't take arguments to the contrary on this one, actually. I'm right. And then the very last one I had, purely just because this song was used for so many fan edits and I needed to put it somewhere. This one, unfortunately, any existing animatics couldn't really be repurposed, so I feel like this one would have to just be like one of Gigi or Gwendy's like meme animations. Like this would have to be a separate animation, but I really, really want someone to make Odysseus just like murking every single suitor, just absolutely slaughtering the lot, and then it just pans over to Penelope just like looking out her window at the absolute bloodshed, and the epic version of Like a Prayer starts playing, just like he's swaying. It's like the doom, and then just flashes to her and just, when you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I wanna take you there. Like, it would be so funny. And then it just like flashes back in perspective, and it's still just Odysseus murking suitors left and right. In the midnight hour, I can feel. I just think it would be good. So that is my thoughts for Epic the Musical edits / animatics I would make if I had any talent to do so. If this creates any art, then I will feel very accomplished. And if it doesn't, then I still hope you appreciated going on this kind of mental exercise journey for me. Please hop in the comments and let me know what other edits this made you think of. I feel like this video is going to be really good for comment engagement, but please consider hopping down there, checking that out, and seeing if there's any songs you want to recommend down there. And if you like this format, obviously make sure you are liking the video and everything like that, and letting me know if there's any other subjects you'd want me to cover. I've got 2 other videos in mind that I am probably going to make in the near future like this, but if you want other ones, I'll probably need advice. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you to my patrons for allowing me to do just stupid off-the-cuff videos like this. And as always, gals, blokes, and all other folks, I will see you in the next video. Bye!